Welcome to another episode of Life with Britney, a Peculiar Podcast. I am very happy to start off my second season with one of my favorite people. He is not just a cousin, he is like a brother to me, good friend, and constant aggravation at the same time. But anyway, love him life. Please welcome Eric Chandler. Woo! Hey.
Matter.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Doing great. I'm tired. But you know what? Putting my glasses on make me look less tired. That's why I put my glasses on. If I took my glasses off, it's like Superman and Clark Kent. So I take these glasses off, I look tired. I look weary. But I put these glasses on, look amazing.
So you don't think they amplify the tiredness because we can see your eyes more?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's the thing of kind of blocking out the tired, the rings around my eye because of this ring, the frame.
You know what? All right, we're gonna go ahead. Before we get going into the questions that I have for you, let people know your socials. I like to get this done first because I forget sometimes your socials, what you do.
Social security number?
No.
That would be 285. Oh, sorry. What?
I mean, if you want people to get your stuff, that's fine. No. But your social media contacts, your emails, or whatever for your business, and then we'll dive into that so they can have it.
Yeah, sure. I've been running ECCmediapro, so ECCmediapro.com for all your website graphics, logo needs, and ECCmediapro on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And ECC Media Pro on Instagram, I believe. So and I have also ECC Web Pro if you're looking to get domain names or website builders or whatever. ECCwebpro.com. Yep, ECC Media Pro or ECC Web Pro.
All right, cool, man. I'm just making a note here of something to ask. All right, cool. So we're talking about your business. That's the first thing I want to dive into. Mm-hmm. So what made you want to be self-employed? That's my first question for you.
Ooh, broke. Being broke.
Okay.
No.
Wait. Give a little bit about your background, like how you got to, that you've done a whole lot.
Oh, yeah. So I went to technical college here in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm Trident Technical College.
Come on, Trident.
Yeah, I've been there. I was there for a long time. And I kind of like was just discovering the path I wanted to take, right? And in the discovery, the independence of working for myself kind of always came up as being a freelancer. And so I, in the back of my mind, I always thought I'm just going to have my own business and I'm going to do what I want to do. So throughout schooling times, I kind of had that in the back of my mind. But then, so like 2006 hit, and I was kind of wrapping things up with my schooling. And I was certified in like 5 certifications because they had not have a film degree in my field.
I was just getting out of high school.
First of all, I know. We get sidebar real quick because that's how we get that. So sidebar. I feel so good about myself because yesterday I turned 40 on Sunday in a couple days. And I felt so good about myself. I was leaving the place we were eating at, Huddle House, and props to Huddle House, and I walked back in to talk to the waitress because I wanted to ask her how old she thought I was.
What?
She gave me 31 because I wanted to feel good about myself at the end of the night. Dang, can I feel good?
But what made you go talk to her though?
Because she was the only other person. It was closing time.
You just had an epiphany and said, "Hey, I'm gonna go ask her how old she think I am, just cause."
Yeah, and she was like,
"What would be you?"
31.
I'm on 31. You're younger than me.
Nice. So, that was cool. And anyways,
Okay, yeah.
Sorry. Sidebar reverted. So I was actually just considering that and kind of just hesitating on the move to pulling the trigger of starting my own business. And I was riding with a friend of mine, and I was listening to he had an audio book on CD, I guess.
Okay.
And so the book was Poor Dad, Rich Dad. And it was about like investing in yourself and having your money work for you and all that. And I was like, dude, I got to do that. So the very next Black Friday, I went and bought a printer. A friend of mine, Adrian Stark, she's awesome. She gave me a computer, and I just started my business. I had to but it's the computer. She gave me no monitor. It was just the face of it. So I'm so glad. And then somebody gave me like the big back. You know how like the monitors used to be with the big back? It's not the
yeah. Oh yeah.
I bought a desk. It was so jerry rigged together. It's just like, but it was my office, and it was just like parked in the corner of my mom and dad's place. It was
you were supposed to do that though, because for it to work out like that, like you decide, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get this, and you just got blessed with a couple of things.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I was blessed with that computer, but it got to the point where I could only work, at certain times. And then another friend of mine blessed me with a laptop, and it had some problems with it. Yeah. And so my best friend that just turned 40 as well today, he blessed me. He helped me like get that laptop to where it needed to be. We changed the computer screen, right? Either way. So along in the long, I got to a point where I could afford a better laptop, and then a better laptop. And I would do my work for my clients at my job that I work at because it wasn't that intense. So I would go into work and work for myself. You know what I'm saying? So I would like do all these projects while I'm working.
Yep.
Yeah. And a guy named Ron, he was my supervisor. He was like, hey, as long as you get your work done,
okay, that's my whatever.
And I was like,
cool.
So
what did you want to do? So what were you doing then? Were you doing graphics? Were you doing flyers for people, websites?
At that time, I was doing like logos and flyers. But I realized that I needed a plan, and I didn't have a plan. Okay. And so my jerry rigged phase 3 plan was just what I was. It has 3 phases to it, right? Okay, so the first phase was just like doing logos and flyers. Second phase was doing logos, flyers, and websites. And then the third phase was to be logos, flyers, websites, music, just the whole shebang. And so I'm happy to say I'm in my third phase right now. It took almost 15 years to get there, but you got to grow. Right. And so what happened though? That job, they closed that department. So, but I was already like wheeling and dealing and getting clients. So when they let me go, I just went back. I just went to the house. Like I woke up the next day not having a job and worked for myself. Like I turned my computer on with clients, and I've been doing that ever since.
How many clients did you have?
At that time, it was so cool because when they let me go, I had already worked for a guy that was running in the mayor, and so I did all his stuff, and that kind of catapulted me to like hire in newer clients. And I might have had maybe 10 solid clients, but I had clients just coming in and out, And I met a consulting firm while I was working on that campaign, and the guy is a client of mine today, and so he sends me a bunch of this.
Oh yeah, I've seen you do some stuff
with him. And so God is truly blessed and just opened doors for me. So
yeah. Cool. So would you ever go back to, I'm not gonna say corporate America, but for working?
No,
Get it out. You're like, nah, I'm good.
absolutely not. It's probably the best thing. You know how you imagine something happening for yourself?
Yeah.
But when it happens, it's way better than you can even imagine.
Oh yeah, those are beautiful moments.
Yeah, and so that's how I feel. It's better. It's the best. So no,
So
I
yeah, I mean, so we talked about the positive part of what's the I'm not gonna say the downside. What have been your challenges aside from you can talk about clients? I know you can talk client challenges, but yeah, like what comes with working for yourself? What are some of the challenges that come with that?
Man, I don't know. Clients is the only clients is the challenge.
Yeah.
No, time management is always a challenge. But working for yourself is a lot about managing people's expectations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For me, anyway. And so, if I can manage people's expectations and meet those expectations, that's a challenge. Really, try to just meet people's expectations. And if you work in the tech world, anything that could go wrong will go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And so you try to give yourself enough time, but still you need just a little bit of favor, just to get you over that hump. And so that's basically what's going on. It's just, that's the challenge really, is just, is managing emotions and, in people's expectations.
Okay. Gotcha. So as a Black business owner, I know I've been seeing some of the past couple of months, I think since there's been a lot of racial issues, a lot of African Americans are really into like, okay, we're going to support Black business for real this time, this time around. What are some of the challenges with supporting a Black business? And as a Black man owning a Black business, does it make you, I guess, present yourself a certain way, or does that matter? What do you think about that?
Oh my gosh. I mean, like I I feel like a hypocrite.
Oh man.
If I go just to my white counterparts, and support them and not support us.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there is a stigma and just a plague that runs in our community that we don't value excellence enough. I don't think.
I think plague is a good word. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so when I just recently had my car painted, and I had a choice. I had three choices.
Okay.
I had a guy that lived a little further away from me, and so it would be a little difficult to get, there. And then I had this white guy that I went to, and I was just like, let me check him out and see what he was talking about. His quote was $50 more. $200 more than the guy that lived further away, and then $50 more than the last Black guy I went to. Okay. Now, because that client, that last Black business owner I went to, because they were clients of mine, I was like, and I've done business with them before, and they kind of botched that. But I was like, I'll give them another chance.
Yeah.
And so I was like, so I gave him a chance, and I was not absolutely happy with it. Like I wanted to be amazed when people view my work or view what I do for them. I want them to be amazed.
Yeah.
I want the awe factor in there. I want them to be like, "Ooh, my goodness, let's do he going."
Like
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he did that.
Knowing everybody, right.
I had to squeeze that out because I was like, because Black, we feel, I think, a little reluctant to go an extra mile, because we want to be paid for our time, and I get that, and I'm the same way. I'm a business owner for 15 years, so but I understand the incentives that you need to give your patrons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I felt like if there's a little something extra you can do it.
Yeah.
But in that, it was some other things lacking, and I was just like, burn again by Black business. Yeah. But that's not going to deter me from using Black businesses or patronizing Black business. It just I won't patronize that Black business.
And I think it sucks because I think for us, especially, I mean, just in general, I always want to support us, always. That's just what it is, just growing up that way. But especially now, and like you said, it's kind of hard because I've been burned by Black business. I'm like, come on, man. Like, you just go, well, such and such from down the street or my homegirl, whatever. So you're like, okay, it's word of mouth. And you get there and it's like, okay, just because I know your friend and we have mutual friends doesn't mean I don't want to be treated great. I don't want great service.
Right.
I don't want to have to tell you all this other stuff. I know I went to some, but I forgot what it was for, but I had to remind them of the appointment. I had to remind them of how much it was. I'm like, I shouldn't be doing all this, And then you go to somebody else and they have everything together and it's like, dang, like you don't want to look at it that way. But I think because a lot of us have been burned by that, we kind of overlook those that are doing well. Because I do know a lot of my other friends who are doing great and have wonderful Black-owned businesses. They're on their stuff, and I will always recommend them. So I don't know. Like you said, I think it's a plague. I think it's a stigma that we got to overcome. But we got to come with it and have our stuff together and be excellent. I think a lot of us are doing that now. Actually having websites. That's another thing. I know a lot of this is like, oh, well, my Facebook page. There's nothing wrong with having a Facebook page, but that shouldn't just be the only thing you have,
Right. Yeah.
Business cards, all these other things. So I don't know, we think it's too much money or we don't know what we're supposed to be doing just because of the training. I don't know.
Right. I mean, and I think we're so secretive. We're so secretive.
Right. Somebody's going to take something instead of support.
And the thing is, like, if you don't trust somebody,
right,
to hold the nail while you're hammering the nail in, then you're not going to build a house. You got to trust somebody to hold something, or you're not going to build what you're trying to build. And we have a bad time with that. But I have ran into some people that they know that I honor what they're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. As if it's my baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When if I had a child, I would want you to hold my baby like it's your baby. Right. Because I know you have to drop my baby. And so I try to hold people's baby like it's my baby. Right. And and I think that's one thing that Black people find, the people that you can trust to hold your baby, basically.
Yes, you're right. I think trust is a big factor. My friend group, I know we be bouncing ideas off each other all the time, but we know it's a sacred and a safe place. We're going to let each other like, nah, sis, that don't look good. Or, that color is not really working, or that content that you have doesn't really make sense. And so we want to support and encourage, but we're also going to be real. But like you said, just building that trust and being able to know that your stuff is going to be handled with care. So I think that's important. Yeah. All right, guys. I think I have all the questions about business except for one more. What advice would you give those who want to be entrepreneurs or be self-employed, especially through a pandemic right now? I think some people are reluctant to start. I think virtual would probably be the best way to go. But anyway, I'm not a business owner yet. So, but what advice would you give for those who want to venture out in that area?
Just start.
Yeah.
Wherever you are, start. My thing is, you don't have to quit your job to start your business.
Right. That's so true.
You just want to be smart because you need capital to start a business, and so your daytime job or your 9 to 5 is what is going to be the resource for your business. It will fund your business. In part until it can sustain itself. So working late nights or working, right after work or whatever, is the best way to get that done. And that's so start. That's basically if I can say, just start. Don't worry about how you're gonna pay taxes or because you'll get scared and then you won't. Oh no, I don't want the IRS to come after me. Right. But it's so not like that. You know what I'm saying? Just start and then and there's so many different programs that can help you get like SCORE and other like small business programs and organizations that help small businesses. So
yeah,
but start. Yeah.
I
Get
think
your client.
I think that's so true because, like, I think a lot of people like, oh, I need to quit my job so I can focus. But sometimes life is not set up that way. Like, I had to write my book while I was working, and in school. You have to do what you can while that 9 to 5, like you said, is going to be funding a lot of those projects. So that's good. Good
Right.
stuff. Okay, so I'm going to move on to one of your. Well, I'm not going to say it's one of your favorite topics, but I know you enjoy this, which is traveling. I know you have not been able to do much traveling during the pandemic, which has hurt your spirit a little bit. I know, because you're always gone. Usually I'm like, dang, I know you were gone this weekend, But I do, since you do travel a lot, a couple of things. Tell us some travel hacks. I'm just looking at my notes here. Some travel hacks that you have found. One, to get tickets. Some, whatever tips you can give. And then your top 3 favorite places.
Okay. Travel hacks. And let me tell you one thing. Because I do travel often. There was one year, this church had me play for them every 5th Sabbath. Every 5th Sunday. Okay. Right? Every 5th Sunday, they had me come out for this men's Sunday, Baptist church. And so,
I don't know you. What do you play?
Oh, sorry. I play keyboard. I play piano. Okay. So for that particular church, I played grand piano.
Ooh,
and so, and so they would fly me out. Awesome church, True Vine Baptist Church out in San Antonio, Texas. Very cool people.
Nice.
Pastor Greg. And so anyway, these are the hacks I learned in my middle track. So that one year, I traveled like maybe 7. I flew out like 7, 8 times. Wow. So, and I went to New York to my like personal travel stuff.
Yeah.
So it's probably more than that. All right. So what I've learned, number 1, like I'm on a talk show or something. All right. So number 1, try to travel on Tuesdays because ticket prices are lower on Tuesdays. Wow. So if you can go from Tuesday to Tuesday, the ticket price, you can see it. I heard somebody say recently, like Tuesdays have no feel. Like Mondays have the Mondays, Wednesday have Monday, Thursday have like Friday Eve.
That's but so true. Tuesday
has no. Just
we're here.
My Spanish listeners, Marquez, has no feel. So Marquez. So try to, if you can, try to travel on Tuesday. If you can't make that departure day on Tuesday, make the coming back day Tuesday. Just some way, try to travel on Tuesday.
Okay.
The second, and this probably is the best.
Okay.
When you pack your bag, there are 3. If you get the suitcases, right? You have the big, very big one that you gotta check. You gotta check that one because that can't go through TSA.
Right.
But then you got the middle one, right? Yeah. That you can get through TSA. But oftentimes you can't get it on the plane.
Like a carry-on?
It's a carry-on. Okay. And then the last one, normally when you have the 3, is the very small one. You can't even put much in there, but maybe a toothbrush and a brush, But anyway, so you absolutely, if you get it through TSA, but then check it at the plane, and it saves you that $50.
Oh, you know what? I've seen people do that. Yeah.
And when you check it at the plane, it's complimentary.
Because it doesn't fit on the whatever. Yeah.
Right. And oftentimes, before COVID hit, like the flights would be packed anyway. And so they ask people to check their bags.
Yeah.
So that's my probably that's my I don't know if that's my very cost effective hack. But then my last and final hack. Be careful of the locals. Is when you go out of the country.
Okay.
The locals, if you go like to like impoverished countries, like where the dollar is very strong, they are going to happy you about giving them something, So, and I got one quick story. we were in Jamaica and we were riding around and we wanted to go into the city and kind of see how the locals live, right?
Yeah.
And so when we got in the city, immediately this black guy came up and he's like, "Hey, everybody. Hey, thank y'all for making it. I'm glad y'all made it out here, and all that." And he made it seem as if we knew him.
Oh, okay.
Right. And so because we have been dealing with like the locals with carrying our bags and taking us, to our hotel room and all that. My friend thought that was the guy from yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And so we gave ear to what he had to say. So he had this like whole little, this is Jamaica, this is the square, and this is the history of it, and blah, blah, blah. So we felt indebted to him because he was giving us information. So when he went to go, "Hey, and by the way, y'all got some cash y'all can give me?" We were happy to give him something. And I said, "Dre,"
no.
I said, "Hey man, you know him?" And he was like, "Yeah, I guess no."
Oh Lord, y'all been bamboozled.
I said, no, he's not. He's not the guy from yesterday. And he's like, "For real?" And I was like, "Yeah, for real."
Why you say something early?
Cause my friend was walking with this confidence, like he knew the guy.
Oh,
like,
so you were going, yeah.
So I was like,
okay.
And I was like, he's like, "That's the guy from yesterday." I was like, "Nah, that's not the guy."
Man.
But at the same time, you got to be careful of the locals. You know what I'm saying? Just know, keep your head on a swivel, basically.
I got you.
Yeah.
And what did you told me, because I think this is when I was looking for tickets to New York one time. It was like, oh, what did you say? Like, did you say go to incognito mode, or you said to go to like, something? What was it? Do you remember? Can't remember what it was. Because you said they're tracking, like whatever you're using is tracking like what you're.
Mm-hmm. It's tracking.
The price won't change or something.
Right. So if the price don't change when you're looking for tickets, it's caching or keeping your information in a computer. So what you want to do is you want to go in incognito mode, and then it doesn't track your information. And so it's like, and it doesn't collect any information. So therefore, the information is fresh and it's refreshed, and you can get the best rates on flights and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, I remember that one. That was good. Okay, cool. And what are your 3 top favorite places to go?
This is so hard, but then at the same time, so easy. New York is my hands.
I'm about to say
favorite place to go to travel. Like, I'm traveling away. New York is the favorite. Because you can get many different places in one place. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because you got the 5 boroughs, and they're so different. You know what I'm saying, from each other.
And it's not expensive. Once you get, like, it's really not. If you got a place to stay, especially, like, it's not expensive. New York is not expensive unless you make it that way and go to those places. But yeah.
And if you don't mind an adventure, if you don't mind an adventure, it's even inexpensive to stay like somewhere in New York, because
you said something. You tried to dress up by saying an adventure.
Let me tell you, I stayed at an Airbnb.
That's not what you mean by an adventure.
Let me tell you, I stayed at an Airbnb for $20 a night, right? And we stayed in a room under the staircase. It was small. It was small enough just for a mattress. So when we stayed there, all we could do, and I was traveling with a friend of mine, all we could do is just walk. Yeah, we walk in the room. We can't even walk in the room. We just flop onto the mattress. And but
it's $20.
It was the place to stay until we moved in, and we took showers and everything, and they were really cool.
Yeah.
Cool people, safe. We stayed in Brooklyn.
So it's nice when you have somebody else with you.
Yeah. The only thing I wish, because I like traveling on the subways when I go to New York more than the bus. But because of where we were, the subway was a little walk. So we often take the bus. And
I never took the bus there. I always took the subway or Uber, but yeah. So that's New York. What else you got?
Okay. This is going out of the country. Jamaica.
Yeah.
The one thing I love about Jamaica is I never was in a place where it's nothing but Black folk. Like that was very, very, very interesting to be in a place.
Live in South Carolina.
Well, no, I mean, a sea of Black folk. Like I probably could go to Africa and it'd be a sea of Black folks, but this
right. It's just I was just kidding, but
most of that. You know what? It's so crazy. Not just South Carolina, Colombia, South Carolina is basically Jamaica. Sea of Black folk.
That's true.
And my last is a staycation.
Okay.
Which is Charleston, South Carolina, my favorite city.
Oh, nice. I didn't know you were going to put that one in there, but yeah, I do want to do a staycation. I think it's a little different when you kind of open yourself up to the city like that.
Very cool thing about this weekend, my 40th birthday, my friends from San Antonio are coming to,
nice.
And we're going to stay in a hotel called Courtyard Marriott.
Is that on the pier?
On the front, or the waterfront.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so good. Yeah. So that's and I'm showing them all my hot spots. You know what I'm saying? And
having a good time.
Oh yeah.
What street is that called?
Which street?
I don't know. I thought it was. There's no street. I don't know. I'm thinking about like maybe New Orleans, like Bourbon Street, but that Charleston doesn't have. You don't have that downtown. It's just downtown, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean,
what? Okay, so
so like
when me and Jason normally come, we go down the same, the same strip we go down. Is there a street name or is it just downtown?
Yeah, well, we go down King Street and then we cut back.
Okay.
Yeah, we cut back through to Meeting Street to Market, and then we walk to the waterfront. Yeah. And then there's another way we go, and that's the Battery. But
King Street, I think those are two I was looking for.
Okay,
yeah. Okay,
pretty cool. Yeah, but hopefully I'll be with my friends and we're gonna go hit up all the hot spots that I like, and
it'll be good.
Yeah,
that'd be good. Nice. So New York, Jamaica, and Charleston are the top three.
Yeah.
Nice. Where do you want to go next when you're able to go? I mean, people are. One of my homegirls, she sent us a picture. She's traveling. She got like a bubble wrap. She got the mask. She got the hood. She got the glove. I mean,
traveling is so weird right now. Like I didn't know how irritating that mask is until I started traveling and having to be on a plane with that mask. And it's just But I mean, but you're going where you got to go and getting there safe. So it's all
yeah, keeping everybody else safe too. So I mean,
my next place, I think I'm going back to Costa Rica. Costa Rica, really cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Fun. And so, and it's so slow. Like Costa Rica is like going into a time funnel or something. Like it's so slow. It's like when you get there, it's like everything is so slow.
Yeah.
You get sleepy. It's so slow. Like I was like, why is it only 5 o'clock and I'm so sleepy? It's just so slow.
That's
but
nice,
it's
though.
Yeah.
Because here we're like on all the time. We don't just, and then we feel bad if we take a day to just do nothing or just to relax. But yeah, that's nice.
There's a phrase in Costa Rica I learned. It's called "pura vida," pure life. And they're just like, it's almost like it's the equivalent of Kuna Matana.
Yeah.
No word, just, and you can sense that. And if you can go somewhere, Costa Rica is a really good place to try. But I don't have that on my favorites list, just because I can only name 3. But if I had a 4th one, Costa Rica.
Okay. Cool things. Well, thank you for that. Okay, so the last piece of the segment I want to talk about, I just think this will be funny, about pet peeves. So, because I know we've had conversation about people that get on our nerves or things that get on our nerves. We're having a good laugh about it. So your top, I don't know why I got the top 3. I think 5 is too much, or 4, whatever. I don't know.
Well, let me ask you a question. Can you help me remember? Because I was thinking, I was like racking my brain, like, what?
What are your pet peeves? I wasn't prepared for that. Let's see. What's something that aggravates you?
I got 2, for sure.
Well, give me 2, and I'll see if I can throw the third one.
When it comes to business,
okay,
a pet peeve of mine is when I ask people what their budget is.
Oh man!
And they say they don't have no budget. Like, so you don't have an idea of what you want to spend. Like, you just out here ready to do whatever.
But you know what comes with that though? Because they say they have no budget. Then you start throwing things they wait. Oh, then now they got a budget.
Yeah, now I got a budget.
Right. Oh, now that's too much. But you said you ain't got. Right. Yeah.
Because you don't have a budget, that means you can spend whatever.
Exactly.
You spend your whole bank account. But yeah, that's one.
Okay.
And this is kind of, I guess, I don't know, it's funny or whatever. I don't, pet peeve is when people complain about people not saying thank you when they hold the door. Like,
I don't like that though.
I get it, but first of all, you doing it for somebody. So you need a thank you from a stranger to feel good about yourself.
So just clearly you gonna walk past me and you see I'm holding the door. You couldn't say thanks, man. Or that's something. You just so I'm just out here just open doors for you just cause. I mean, just cause I'm like
it's just cause. Don't have for the door then. I mean,
so just slam the door in your face. Oh, then you gonna have something to say.
I don't know why I'm on baby kid. You acting like you saved their baby or something. Like, I mean, like they gotta be that indebted to you for opening the door. Now, I mean, I'm like, all right. Yeah, like if they don't say thank you, I'm like, okay then, well, God bless you.
That annoys me.
That doesn't the only way I can get past it. Anyways.
What? Oh shoot, I had one. You got one?
I do. But withheld information to me, just like when people just willy-nilly don't tell me the whole story, half piecemealing. I don't. That's a pet. I'm like, why don't you tell me the whole thing, man?
Right.
Why are you gonna tell me pieces of it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's aggravating. You made me think about something. You talk about thank you. What bothers me so much is when I have to say excuse me 3 times. Like you know my voice projects. And at first I try to be, just excuse me, nothing. Next time, excuse me. Next time, excuse. Like, could you? I mean, are they just people walk right in? I'm like, so you don't see me, so I'm not right here. You just no excuse me or nothing. That burns me. That burns me up. Like, because you like, especially when it's like, okay, it's one thing if you're far away, but you're in the aisle and I'm like, close, whatever, and so you couldn't go aside. I don't know. That bothers me a lot.
Yeah, I think that's a pet peeve of mine as well. Like when people feel like they're the only people in the world, so right. they take their time. I remember, dude was at the ATM, already got his stuff. I know he already got his receipt and everything, and sat there. I guess he was counting his money. I'm like, bruh, like you got things to do. You can count that up the road.
Or in the car.
Now I'm on pay. Now I got a wealth of pet peeves now. But like people that honk the horn and you just there for 1 second. Like,
you know what?
The light just changed. Like, can I register first? Like they had their hand on the horn, ready for when the light changed.
Yes. Oh, that's a good one.
Come on, man.
That's a good one. Yeah, I hate that. I hate that.
I'm just trying to live.
Yeah, I can't stand that. This is my last one. And it's just, I'm really big on customer service. One, because I worked in it. I know friends that worked in it. And just the type of person I am. When I walk in a store and I see like the greeters or people right by and nobody says nothing to me, so I can get a hey, a welcome. I don't need a welcome to Mo's situation, because they do a whole lot.
Right.
Just like, hey, how you doing? Or not. I'm like, so y'all don't see me coming in here? That really, I don't know. And I gotta say, hey, myself, I'm the customer. I don't know. That just bothers me.
Let me just a little something that you can do when the next time you go in Mo's. Say welcome to Mo's before they do.
They don't know what to do.
You see the most dumbfounded, like they like what, huh? What?
They don't know what to do. You took their
It's
life.
a frozen moment. This is a frozen in time moment.
Have you done that?
Yeah.
You're terrible. See, you like messing with people.
Yep.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You got any more? Are you good?
Yeah. I mean, but for the most part, I guess I'll have more as I get older. But at this point in my life, I don't really care. I mean,
yeah.
I just live with it. Be like,
yeah. I mean, I might get a little irritated. It's not gonna last all day though. I know Jason told me. I'm gonna have to ask him. He told me about this dude. This is just yesterday. And I could just see Jason watching this. I don't know where he was at in proximity to this, but somebody had cut this man off, and the man flicked the other dude off. Okay. And then the other guy drove to Krispy Kreme and stopped. And then the guy that was cut in front of pulled out like in front of him and then got his hand out the window and flicked him off again. I'm like, bro, was it that?
Come on, man. You got too much time. You ain't had nothing to do.
Right. Or people that, just not that, this is my last one, for real. The people that get mad at you because you're going apparently too slow and they try to cut in front of you or whatever, and then you both end up at the stop sign or the stoplight. Yeah. It takes everything in me not to look at them like,
like, so now what you gonna do?
Right.
We found our way to the same spot.
Okay. So yeah. But anyway. Okay, cuz I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up because I know you're a busy man. Because we are people of faith. People are dealing with a lot of different things right now. I've talked to some people, and even myself, we get discouraged sometimes, and just some days not really know what to do, and some days doing too much. So if you could give us a word of encouragement, or what you do to stay close to God, and just also just kind of keeping the faith during this time.
Yeah, I mean, when you asked me about that, one thing came to mind is closed doors, and just when a door closed, to not get don't panic.
Yeah,
there's a plan.
Yeah,
and I know sometimes the bills come quicker than the next open door.
Come on.
But the thing is just to know that there's a plan and that God understands where you are, and to just trust them in it. And the one thing I definitely want to say, because, once disappointment hits over and over again, it's hard to believe,
Yeah.
But the thing we have to remember is that the Lord will help us in our belief, And so pray that he will help your unbelief, pray that he would help you to believe again.
Yeah.
And in that, he'll show up, and believe that when you pray, he will answer that. And he'll come to your rescue, because he loves his children, and that's just stay encouraged and be encouraged and believe.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite scriptures about Lord help my unbelief. But yeah, for sure. Your life for me, because I know we talk about a whole lot of stuff, especially spiritual things. Your life for me has been a testament of how much God loves us, because you have believed for certain things, and certain times it just seemed impossible. And then you call me like, look what happened. Like, man, God working for real. So it's been really cool to kind of see that play out for you, for sure.
Absolutely. And the cool thing about it is that he's no respecter person,
Yeah.
What he does for another, he'll do for you.
Yeah.
And so just believe in him. And when you find that you don't have the strength to believe, allow him to be your strength to believe,
Yeah.
And just ask him, for faith, ask him to help your unbelief.
Yeah, that's it. That's real.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, thank you for that. Before we go, just briefly tell us again, just for people who don't know what you do in your business, what you offer. Just want to make sure we get that plug in for you.
Of course, I do website design. I do flyers, logo design. I help with branding your business, even some strategy. If you're like, oh man, I don't know exactly what, just having a sounding board to talk it through.
Yeah,
we can help with that as well. And so my business is basically getting your business to the world, like presenting it to the world.
Yeah.
And doing that through website design, flyers, business cards, anything that needs any graphics. We do all of that. And so, yeah, that's what we do. We just, you think it and we put it together,
Yeah, and that's one thing, because you've done all my websites, and then my last one, I can tell you something, and you're like, okay, this might be a little bit better to do it this way, or you take what I say and just make it happen. So I've always appreciated working with you like that. So been good.
And so not just you, but your mom and your dad.
Yeah. So the family thing, man. Yeah. A Black business, I can support and actually get the results that I need.
Right. Or my mom going to call me and be like, hey,
okay,
you ranked by your uncle and your cousins now. No. But yeah.
He's not going to do that.
Right. I know, right.
But Gwen Chandler would, okay?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. But no, it's all good. But thank you so much for being on my podcast. I've been wanting to do this with you for a while, so it's been fun. Thank you for taking the time.
Oh yeah, it's my pleasure, cuz.
All right, sir. We're gonna go ahead and sign off. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks again.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye.